We'll be here for 3 hours. You know how it goes. Um, just a heads up. Just saying hi to everybody on the lives. We're live now. Welcome to CJ and Friends. This is Guildhall. This is our Wednesday event. Typically, this is our post roast. So usually what happens is every week we have a contest, whether it's graphics based, whether it is a thread contest, whether it's an article. We do this every week typically where we will select 5 winners from the contest participants and you will win a prize. The rewards ranges anywhere from $5 to $25. The better the effort you put in, the better your success, the more money you make. We're very much a meritocracy, not a participation based community. We love the participation. We want people to be able to participate. We give away for participation, but the bulk of the rewards, the bulk of the winnings go to those who put in effort. That's one thing that I prefer. That's one thing that the industry would probably prefer. It's just that we've gotten into such a big a big hole when it comes to giveaway culture and rewarding people just for being there. So sadly enough, it becomes a part of it. Thought there wasn't a contest last week apart from the. There was not a contest apart from the paper trading contest. Today we're going back over um, creating threads and being good writing habits, punctuation, and what not to use to not look like an AI, even if they look cool. We're going over good practices, good habits, because we need to start developing more. And the next big contest is going to focus on. And I'm telling you this now, Jay. I've told a couple people already. There is a month-long contest planned. I have a month-long contest in the barrel, ready to shoot. And I want to make sure that you guys feel comfortable enough to do something like this. So we're gonna kind of review that as well. All right. Um. So yeah. Hold on. I gotta check this message because our friend has sent me. All right. So yeah, it's gonna be a month-long competition. It's gonna be $350 worth of a prize pool amongst 5 people. So people are going to be winning a lot from this one, right? We've got, a, and it's because it requires more effort. I'm not going to make you guys do more work and not reap a bigger reward, right? Like I'm not going to ask you. It's like anywhere else. The more, well, if the world was a perfect place, the more effort you put in, the more money you can make, right? Or potential money you can make. The world isn't a perfect place, and a lot of places don't operate like that. But I try to. So like we're having a month-long competition. I want this to be about you guys getting used to maybe working deal flow with the client. Hey, Favor. What's up, Creon? I see you sliding in there. Um, I want you guys to get used to potentially working deal flow with the client. When a client comes to you or when you approach them and you tell them, hey, look, I've got X amount of followers, I get X amount of impressions, I'm doing this consistently, this is what I'm offering you, right? And they may go back and forth with you. You guys may negotiate whatever the case is, but you guys will come to an agreement on deliverables for a certain period of time. I am doing well, Princess. How are you? Um, so what ends up happening is you end up having to do XYZ for XYZ, well, X content for Y time, resulting in Z compensation, right? Oh, are you guys really not hearing me? Hold on. Can you hear me now, Creon? Just making sure, like I don't want my buddy to miss out. I hear all, Leoton. Try try reconnecting, Creon. All right. So when the client comes to you and you want to start doing work for them, right? That you guys have No, you just you're gonna. I'm gonna take a snapshot later on, and then I'm gonna give you guys a give out the three random winners for the today. But you don't have to take a snapshot, a screenshot, or anything of the live. That's yeah. Um, that's usually when we're doing like like actually, when was the last time we did that? Oh, we did it for Friday, I think, or Monday. I don't remember. But yeah, I've been doing voice snapshots of the live, so it's almost like a screenshot. Only it takes a recording of all of your usernames. Well, it would take a recording of all your. I have to rework that a little bit. But it takes a recording of all your Discord IDs, and then I can do the drawing right from there, and then we can figure out who wins. All right, that's awesome, Creon. And Kriyan, you may actually have some experience with this, so if you want to come up and talk about it, you can. You're more than welcome to. I don't know what your current busy state is, but so when you have a client that comes to you, they want you to do X within Y time for Z compensation, right? So usually it's a post or a thread or just generating some sort of noise for their project, right? You go, you explore the project, you check it out, you post some cool images of the game or the platform or whatever, right? So you go and you dive into it. That's cool, bro. I appreciate you coming in and tuning in. Finally back to your space grind, huh? But hey, Luna. Hi, Luna. But yeah, so the main thing is that you produce good content and that you have accurate, knowledgeable information to share with your audience, right? So you want to you want to make sure that your information is good. You want to make sure that your format is good. You want to make sure that you're following good X algorithm practices. You want to make sure that it's readable and it's not just one big word soup, right? You want to make sure that you're including good images and graphics to help break up the monotony of the text from post to the monotony of the text from post to post on the thread. You want to make sure that you're including a video. Videos are great for your platform, not just for theirs, for your platform. So if they've got like a short introduction video, 15, 30 seconds to their project, you can toss that in your first one, increase your dwell time right from the start, get your stuff trending for your For You page, get you highlighted on other people's timelines faster, because the better people react, the more people respond, the better your content tends to trend, right? You want your good number of likes and retweets within the first 10 to 30 minutes could change the trajectory of your post immensely. Like it completely changes what your results are, whether or not you get out there on people's pages or not. So if you're noticing that a post is trending and it's trending well, try to recreate that. Try to keep along similar lines, either with tone fit or style or subject. If you have people that are following you for that specific subject, it makes it easier to amplify a message based on that subject, whether it's for a specific client, whether it's for a specific project, or it's just projects in that same niche. So you have to realize what your audience is looking for, and that can be hard because how do you how do you determine whether or not you're accurately tapping into your user base, right? Um, a lot of that. I haven't checked my X yet today. Oh, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Um, so a lot of that ends up coming down to your analytics, and that's tough, right? Um, because I like the other today, 126 impressions, 205, 497. It all depends on what I'm posting or how much I'm posting for the day, right? I like to look at the 3 month because that's what tells you whether or not you're monetized. I'm not. But you get a broader view of what happens when or on which days as you go. And then you can go back through your audience and your content and see what was trending when and why. um, see what got what level of impressions, replies, uh, yep, reposts. Seems like people like the health stuff better because they're interested in seeing how well I'm doing with my health. Maybe they care. Maybe some of them are friends. Maybe they actually like me. I'm not saying that they don't. I'm saying that this could be the situation, right? Um, Guilty Pleasures, Lizard Labs game night. This was 1.2K impressions for a game night. My pinned post. I also haven't been posting as heavily as I usually do, right? So I need to start doing that again. I've been kind of focused on like the events and stuff coming up. So yeah, exactly. Research about your content because if you're not doing the research into what's working and what's not working, you're not going to be successful at content. Me talking to you about content is completely different from doing it, right? Like a lot of the examples I give you are sort of like template examples. A lot of the examples that I give you are just me making random posts and having some fun and showing you guys what you could potentially do, right? Um, do you guys have any questions so far about any of this? At any point in time, if you guys have questions, speak up. I'm more than happy to answer them. I'm more than happy to help. I want to make sure that you guys are prepared because this is going to be a very long month, and I need to make sure that participation is up. Otherwise, I can't do another month-long event like this with the rewards that I'm planning to give out. Um, and that's another thing. If we can't do the month long events for campaigns, eventually when we start to activate the Writers Guild more and build people up towards positions within the Writers Guild where they can earn, how am I going to do that if I can't activate you guys for a month long campaign? Right? So this is setting the foundations for the future of the Writers Guild. And I will never ask you guys to do 10 threads in a week or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, there may be opportunities for you to participate in campaigns that will allow you to do 10 threads in a week, but I also don't want you guys to participate in so many campaigns that your quality suffers. Like quality over quantity, right? Like the better your content you do, the more you grow, the better your outreach your reach goes, the more you grow, the bigger your platform grows, the more money you can eventually make off of other content creation jobs. So like don't ever sacrifice your quality to try to be quick or just to try to participate or try to jump into a contest or something like that because what will end up happening is people will notice the lack of quality and they'll look at that and see that it's part of CJ and Friends and be like, oh well, shit quality CJ and Friends, shit quality competition, contest, whatever. Like people relate things, you know what I'm saying? And if people are seeing low quality from us, then or at least from people represented, well, you kind of represent, but even if you're not a part of the team, you're putting our community name at the end. You're calling to action for us. Trying to bring people into the community and show them that we're a fun place to be and that we have all these cool events and activities and trying to build out game nights and all this other stuff for you guys so that you guys have stuff to participate in and have fun with, right? So um, you're trying to invite them in to do this and at the same time if your quality isn't great it reflects back on us still like good quality reflects on us great bad quality tends to make people think oh well is this what I'm going to expect from CJ and Friends so that's something just to keep in the back of your mind when you're creating content especially for other projects too because if you create bad content for another project that reflects poorly on that project so you guys got to keep that in mind. I got a bling. I don't know where I got the bling from, but I got a bling. Thank you for the bling. If you are watching and I can't see your message because I didn't get the message through, you guys are welcome to hop into the Discord. I do this live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And Fridays are typically on X where we do like a live space. So you're welcome to hop in www.discord.gg/CJN friends. Come be a friend. Um, Now, the right way to do research, Jay, is to read it. Like what are you having trouble with when it comes to doing the research? Like why aren't you able to read it all? Like what are you having trouble understanding it in the format they're presenting it? Like yeah. Today is kind of like a review of things that we have learned, Dev. Today is more of a go over of thread writing, algorithm reach, creating good content, uh, just about a little bit of everything that we've done so far. Yeah, actually, that might have been my Xenon. So maybe somebody said hi. Nope, nobody said hi. That's okay. Um, trying. I don't like missing messages. Like when you're streaming live, you typically want to engage with your audience, right? Because it's more fun to engage with your audience. But for some reason, my Streamlabs does not like the messaging on on certain platforms. It just doesn't want to work, and I don't know why that is. So I gotta look into like a good I gotta look into good I gotta look into like a chat widget or something. Oh, I see what it is. It's spam. I found the spam. Thank you. What's up, Renz? Yeah, you can look through their socials and see what they're pushing, right, Jay? That's one thing. Um, roadmap roadmaps are usually pretty easy. They're usually infographics. They explain what's going to be happening for the next X amount of time within the year or within a several year period for a project. It's a base outline. White papers are good for like in-depth, deep technical knowledge and tokenomics and stuff. But you don't necessarily have to read the white paper to do a thread on a project. I would recommend doing the research. What's up, Crib? I would recommend doing the research because then you have an idea of whether or not you want to represent the project. Take a couple hours out, Jay. Take a couple hours out and sit down and really read through it. Next week, yeah. Well, I mean, you can have it summarized too. Like you don't have to read all. Like let's see. Hold on. Let's see what are we doing here? Let's try this out. I like to use ChatGPT because ChatGPT can be a really good friend of yours, right? What's a good trending project right now, guys? Give me a suggestion. A good trending project with the white paper that's like long and boring as fuck. Because most white papers are long and boring as fuck. Most people don't read them anymore. People rely on influencers and KOLs because they don't want to read the content that's in there. And then when they get rugged, they complain. But like, that's besides the point. Anyway, I need a project, guys. Give me a name. Anybody, anybody, give me a name of a project that is really technical or really in depth and has a white paper that's boring to read. Wild Forest. That's. Do they even have a white paper up anymore, Luna? Didn't they rug or something like, or did they just have issues? Web three. I could have sworn they had struggling. Yeah. Powered by Ronin, right? So what I'll do is I will take this, I will take that, put that there. I will look for the white paper. You skim through here, right? Deck building, battlefields variety, day night cycle, territory control. Okay. Unique units, collector cards, view. I can view all these, get an idea of what they have available so that I know what assets I can use. I don't really even know what the game's about yet. I seen you play this once. NFT collections, higher tier cards are more valuable and stronger in battle. Battle pass. So they've got battle pass rewards. Okay, leaderboard. Compete with other players for massive WF prizes, unique skins. Try now. FAQ. What is the role of blockchain in Wild Forest? Is Wildforest free? Do I need to purchase anything? Okay, come join our Discord. White paper, found it. Um, I need a summary of this project and the details in the white paper. I need a solid synopsis so I can create X content based on this project. What should I know? What would interest a potential audience? Right? This sometimes can work. Sometimes it doesn't. Um okay, I'm glad that they gave me a fucking YouTube video. Um okay. What is Wild Forest? You're always going to have to read, Jay. There's never going to be a point where you don't have to read. But you can make your research experience easier, right? So highlights. These are all highlights geared towards you creating content, right? So like fast-paced RTS and card collecting, mobile first, free to play, real-time strategy game built on the Ronin blockchain. Players engage in 5-minute PvP battles using decks of up to 7 unit cards. No upfront investment. Gameplay and features, unique deck mechanics, over 25 unique units, each with mana cost and cooldown, structures and territories, perks and progression. So it's gonna go over all the different like economy aspects, trophy road, seasonal leaderboard, WF token key actions, new and upcoming features, expeditions, idle PVE missions launching Q4 2024. Did they launch the PVE missions already, Luna? Yeah. Okay. Good. Unit minting and NFTs, castle leasing and lord staking. So I guess this would be like a land or NFT staking kind of deal. Roadmap. It's only up to Q4 2024, which is not good because you don't know what else is coming. That sucks. Audience appeal. And like, you can probably create general posts off of this, right? You can probably create something. But to create like a really good thread, you're going to want to have played the game. You're going to want to have checked it out. You're going to have want to done your research and read up on the units and the different stuff that you may need.
Hello
Let's look
and
over
welcome to
this.
my channel. I am PandaPops and
It's
I like to
12
bring you
minutes.
blockchain unit mint system, which if you saw what my last video,
So
like
this is
content,
good
like
content
if you
creation
create
opportunity
content,
too,
there's some
though.
cool reward programs that
This is good
like
content
if you
creation
create
opportunity
content,
too,
there's some
though.
cool reward programs that different
You can
companies
create.
do.
Let
I
me
know that
actually
Wild Forest has
share
done
my
it. I know
screen
in
because
the
you guys
past
probably can't
Axie
hear it.
Infinity has done it. Sandbox has also done it with their ambassador content track. You just gotta be involved in these discords and see when it was the
But
whole
she
season,
goes
27
over
days,
like
and
the
then
whole
they'd have
white
like
paper
three or
and
four
everything
days where
with
it's
the
like out of
updated
season, and then a
roadmap.
new season
So
would
it'll
start.
help. Finding stuff like this can help, right? You can listen to it while trying to do other research or play the game or whatever, right? Tackle multiple aspects of it at the same time. But realistically, you're going to have to spend a couple of hours researching a project. Realistically, you have to do it. You can't just GPT. I mean, you could, but it'll be noticeable. And then if anybody talks to you about it or asks you about it, and you're like, "Oh, what's that?" You know, and they're gonna be like, "Didn't you just do a fucking thread on it? What do you mean, what's that?" You know, like, come on. That's because Luna's smart. Smart women sound alike. But yeah, so like you could literally. I need a thread on Wild Forest for X. I want you to avoid M dashes, limit emojis, and keep to traditional punctuation. I like spacing between ideas and from sentence to sentence. Um, include some videos and graphics. It's easy enough to do something like this, right? It's so easy to do something like this, right? But one, what is Wild Forest? Wild Forest is a free-to-play mobile RTS. Players deploy cards to spawn units and destroy the enemy's castle. Fast, strategic, right? Core gameplay. It can give you all of this, right? But it also kind of feels kind of bland, right? Like it doesn't feel exciting. It doesn't have that wow factor that you can really do with um, your own flair to things, your own style and tone, right? You can do a good general informational post on this, but like if it doesn't feel like you see how it's all like um bullet marks and yeah, exactly. You can prompt it better, of course. I want you to take a more conversational structure for these posts. I want you to reduce to bullet points to brain doesn't want to work. Fucking kick in, damn it. It's not that early anymore. Reduce bullet points to list items and not general points about the project. I want those in conversational sentences and paragraphs. It's not easy to get this trained out, right? Um, but this has a little bit of a better flow, right? So, like, let's talk about a game that blends fast-paced strategy, deck building, and blockchain. Still included the M dash. That's a clear giveaway of AI influence without requiring you to know a single thing about crypto to start. It's called Wild Forest. It's one of the cleanest examples of how Web3 gaming should feel. Wild Forest is a free-to-play real-time strategy game built for mobile. Each match runs about 5 minutes. You summon units from a hand of cards, manage resources, capture territory, and try to outwit your opponent to take down their castle. Think Clash Royale, but with a bit more fog, fire, and flaming cats. See, this has a little bit of tone to it. And when you start to bring in like conversational, when you start to bring in tone preferences and stuff like that, AI can be amazing, but it's hard to train it to get to where you want it to be or exactly the tone that you want for it. Like and but even down here, let's talk content potential. The game is made for creators. Like it starts to add in its own shit and starts to really like hallucinate when you start to allow it to get a little creative. Try not to get wrecked by a flaming cat. What is that reference, Luna? Well, typically that's where you'll get like a you'll see like brand guidelines and brand kits. What is the flaming cat reference, Luna? They keeps referencing try not to get wrecked by a flaming cat, and I have no fucking idea what that's for. It's just like flaming cat, flaming cat, flaming cat, flaming cat. Oh, it's the pyromancer. They what it shoots flaming cats at you. Oh, it's a cat throwing flames by a flaming cat. That makes sense. But yeah, ultimately AI is never going to be perfect for you to write content automatically on. Even if you train it and teach it your personality and the way that you write and everything that you want to see or not see, it's still going to have issues periodically. So yeah, I mean you have to keep that in mind. Well, can it help? Yes. But if you don't know anything about this project, it can be saying that they're giving out $10 million and you have no clue whether that's accurate or not. and then it becomes an accuracy issue. So that's something I would make sure to be careful with. Like you can spend time going back and forth between multiple AIs. Like I could take this, right? And I'm kind of like sidetracking here. Um, I can take this. I can go to Grok. I need you to reformat this with good algorithm and posting um, mechanics in mind. I need you to fact check this information as well, please. Right? 100. 100. Exactly, Luna. But you can't. I mean, you. Yeah. If somebody decides to start like, oh yeah, that fucking flaming cat, and you're like, oh yeah, that flaming cat, like, but you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. It doesn't help anything, right? Like, it doesn't. You can't really. Fact checking dogs seems to be humorous exaggeration. Unlike this units like Stormcats exist, but no specific flaming cat unit is mentioned. I've adjusted to reflect verified units while keeping the playful tone. The mention of leasing castles is not explicitly supported in provided sources. However, leasing mechanics for assets like Lord NFTs are referenced. See what I'm saying? So now it's kind of correcting some of the information here, right? But now it's going to take on its own like weird posting like structure. It likes hashtags for some reason, and I hate hashtags. I hate hashtags so much, right? Um, I feel like they already have their colors. Look at their available contents, and you will get their color palette. That's true as well. But in a lot of cases, if you go to certain sites like Impact, for instance, right? We've done a couple of things now with Impact. Um, if you go all the way to the bottom of the page, this is brand guidelines, Dow Light Paper, Support FAC. These are your resources as a creator. The brand guidelines is one of your biggest resources as a creator. You can take stuff from here and use it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these guys are super in depth. Like they've even got their typography out there. Like typography usage, glass morphism, like they really go in depth with this project. It was probably one of my favorite like brand kits or like brand guidelines that I've seen. These guys are super like meaningful about how they expect their stuff to be used, and I can appreciate that. Um, but yeah, like I don't really like the way that Grok outputs stuff. But at the same time, things like if I can get it to reduce the number Grok doesn't seem to function like ChatGPT either. ChatGPT as somebody who pays the subscription, I get projects that I can create. I can add in like files. It has a reference memory for that section that it kind of like goes over and makes sure that it's keeping that in its memory consistently so that you don't have to have an issue with it. Grok doesn't seem to have that. You can do chats, you can do chat history, but at the same time, it doesn't have it where like you can keep consistent like documentation or whatever within a project group. So this one can be a little more problematic for that. Um, but yeah, so that's that. Let's see what else we got here. Um, what else can we talk about, guys? What else do you want to explore today while you have me? Because this, if you streaming, Dev, you're so focused on the streaming, bro. There's so many amazing resources out there. The link for the streaming one or the link for the graphics one, the Def and Space one. One second, buddy. I can try to help you out with that. So if you go to live, we have Deaf in Space. Streaming one was the Guildhall OBS one, right? Why do I have two of them? Um, yeah. Hold on. Red. And then once you start to get economically accurate Android in the world. Oh, this was the robots one. This is the streaming
Can
one.
show that to you.
Yes, that's your next
It's made
content.
it's
It's more about.
incredibly
Let's
improved my
see.
life, and I wish it on everyone that wants to share what they have, you know. So yeah, please do it. Have
Yep, this is it.
grab the key. Um, copy this, and then like
All right, just making sure that you guys had the right one because apparently I have issues with naming stuff. All right, so we're gonna come back here. I'm gonna take that off. All right. So what else can I help you guys with? Questions? Come on, bring them. You guys have to have some sort of questions about something, right? Come on. We're talking about upcoming events that are going to be focusing very hard on thread writing, very hard on doing your research on a project. This first one is going to be easier because it's going to be about CGN Friends for the month long competition. Okay, so it's going to be based on things that we've done here in the past, things that we've worked on, events that we've had. You can even do current events and what we've got coming up, or what we've got planned. Um, you have so my thoughts around it was going to be it's going to be a contest with several weeks of deliverables, right? And I'm going to talk in like business terms because this is usually what they ask for. They expect you to have to produce a certain amount of deliverables within a certain period of time or at a certain schedule, right? So like it would be like for us, we would do let's see if we started let's say next week, right? We would start next week. I would want a thread by Wednesday, right? Post a thread about CGN Friends, just kind of introducing like introduction post, right? CGN Friends introduction post or something like that by Wednesday. Just a simple like CGN Friends introduction to the Discord, right? And then two posts per week, right? I'd want you guys to do like I'd want you guys to do like two posts, one quote retweet of your thread from here, probably on Thursday to amplify it again, right? And then another one on Saturday, general post or something like that. Or um I it's tough because it's a lot, right? You're gonna have one, two, three, 4 weeks to do content for this, right? 4 weeks, or well, let's do three and a half, or something like that. But you're gonna have to do at least three threads. You're gonna have to do two posts, two small posts. You're gonna want to create one graphic for the event, and you're gonna want to do one video for the event. Now, you can do the video as like an introduction to CGN Friends. You can do the video as a like clip montage of recordings that we have from the past. All of them are on YouTube. Now, 99% of them are on YouTube. Maybe not all of them because we did have an issue a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? But all of them are on YouTube pretty much. So you can take from YouTube, take clips, download clips, edit it, create a nice little montage of what we've done. Typically you don't want your videos to be more than 15 to 30 seconds anyway. 30 to 90 tops, I would say. What's up, Rossi? So But you can use that video in your quote retweets. You can funnel people back to that video. You can amplify that video content. You can amplify your threads with quote retweets later on in the week. Yeah, you're quote retweeting your own stuff. So what? Amplify that shit. Push it. Get people interested, right? What's up, Dropper? Because that's how you're going to be able to grow your account. That's how you're going to be able to promote content that you're creating for companies. That this is the purpose, to get you to a point where companies are hiring you for gigs like this, right? So it's important that you learn to behave in a way and operate in a way that promotes this, that keeps you on track and producing content at a reasonable pace and able to handle at least one client, right? Because if you can't handle this event, you're not going to have an easy time handling two or three and starting to make your money specifically from this, right? It's hard to stay motivated sometimes, guys. I completely understand it. Like I have a procrastination issue. I have TikTok brain half the time. I know how it can be. I know. And especially when you feel like you already have so much on your plate that like I don't know how much more I and exactly. And I appreciate you, Luna. I appreciate you. I appreciate Maddox. I appreciate Nopera. You guys have all really helped, keep me together when I start to fall apart with all the shit that I got going on. Um, and I appreciate that. But if you guys can't maintain one client, you're not going to be able to maintain multiple. And if your work-life balance for your home life isn't in a suitable state that you can do this, then you need to rethink this or you need to make more time for this ultimately, because I know it's hard. You guys have school, you guys have work. I was the same way when I was starting out. I had work. I was working 12 to 14 hours a day doing truck driving. I was working 7 days a week as a truck driver on top of working as a mod or doing event hosting or playing games and streaming. Like I spent 6 months like dying pretty much because I had to dedicate time towards what I was building up here in Web3, as well as making sure that I was earning money to pay the bills in Web2, in IRL. And you have sometimes, if you want this bad enough, you can push to the point where eventually you're making money from this consistently and steadily, and this is your sole source of income. It's not impossible. People do it all the time. It's also not easy, though. It's not easy. A lot of people think, oh, all you have to do is write a thread, right? Oh, trust me, Jay, I understand that sentiment a lot. Especially when I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever it is, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I have to be up for 9:30 or whatever. It definitely makes you not want to roll out of bed, right? Like, but you think about it, you're investing in your future. You're investing in being able to work from home, being able to set up better internet infrastructure, being able to get a better computer system. Yes, we are still doing ducks today, James. It's just I'm going to be talking for a while, so um, we you have to build up for what you want to establish. You have to build the foundation, set yourself up in a way that you're comfortable doing it on a regular basis. You're efficient at it. Like even with this, right? I have quite a bit to do on CGN Friends typically. I have the Zeely, I have the live events, I have tracking winners, I have tracking contest submissions, I like building up new contests, building up creating content, um, reviewing content. I like you have a lot of stuff that you have to do, right? And sometimes it seems overwhelming, right? But what you do is you push through it. You try to get it done the best you can. If some things have to be pushed off, some things have to be pushed off. But like no matter what, you're gonna get up and you're going to do it every day because you have to, right? Um, hey Virion, I see you sneaking in. Don't ever just stop. The moment you stop is the moment you lose. The moment you stop is the moment you can no longer progress beyond the point that you are. The moment you stop, even if you're in a shitty spot or heading towards shittier spots, right? All right, Mayor. Even if you're heading towards shittier spots, right? Like you you know that you're gonna have to get through that to get to where you want to be. So just plow through it, rinse off the shit afterwards. You know, like, aw, Virion. But yeah, you're gonna cry when you make money if it's fake money. You're gonna cry when you lose money if it's real money. So it doesn't help either way. It sucks. Um, all right. So we're gonna go and we're gonna actually come here and look at something here that I added. Where is it? Writers Guild. Writers Guild. We're gonna go to Quest Support, right? I want to see if I can pop out this chat. Hold on. Pop out. There we go. Now I can see the chat. I think a lot of people have already blown their accounts, guys. Like, realistically, I might not have had to set a 9 day long competition for this paper trading. All right, so I'm back in introductions. I need to get to quest support. That's tickets. Quest support. Here we go. Right. So space participation, content creators, toolbox information. So we went over the toolbox the other day, right? Which we included a lot of information on, right? So like strategic replies, reply guy stuff. This is for building your account. This is what we're going to be focusing on, all right? Visual posts, making sure that you're doing good visual content as you're going through it, okay? That's going to be important for this contest. Polls. You can do one of your content submissions, one of your regular posts as a poll, right? So, like, let's say, what do you guys think about the events that we've highlighted here in this video? And do a poll. That gives people a chance to interact with the poll, right? And it gives people a chance to watch the video again, right? It amplifies your message. It gives a purpose to it besides just a quote retweet. Yeah, everybody's so focused on the trading right now. I love it. You guys are great. Quote retweets, quote tweets. Add your take to viral or niche posts. Quote retweet, piggybacking. Hashtags. I don't like hashtags. They'd have to be really meaningful. They'd have to have a really big following behind them, and that's also a lot of extra work on tracking down really good viral hashtags too. Videos, short form video content gets boosted. 15 to 30-second clips. CapCut subtitles help. Subtitles help a lot, especially when you have an accent, because some people are really bad with accents. Some people don't know how to understand them, and that can turn people off. If you have a good subtitle, then you don't have to worry about it, right? Collaborations, working with each other can help because then you can amplify each other's messages. Tools, graphics, there's a lot in the creator, whew, a lot in the creator toolkit. I'm missing one of my posts though, and I don't know where it went. Competition support, no. Canva one sample writing submissions, no. T Rise, Road to Ambassador. Hold on. Hey, UA82, what's up, buddy? See you hanging out there on X. Count growth and X monetization. Here we go. You know what? I actually didn't do one. Everything here is like monetization. But there's nothing here specifically on thread writing, I'm realizing. Which is bad. Bad, Taurus, bad. Good morning, Ferocity. So what I'm going to do is, right? And I know that this seems counterproductive because you're asking AI, right? But I'm going to ask AI about it because I want sort of algorithmic insight, right? So let's say I want to help my community, CDN friends, get better at thread writing. I would like a good outline on how to include or how to utilize the algorithm metrics to make sure that my content falls in line with the X algorithm and good posting slash content practices, right? Welcome in UA82. So what I do is when I'm researching something with X or with GPT or Grok or whatever, I'll give it a good like general description of what I want, and then I'll refine it as I go, right? So understanding the X algorithm, X prioritizes content based on engagement rate, likes, replies, reposts, quotes, profile clicks, right? Watch time and dwell time is another one. That's something that we've gone over a couple times. The more time they're on your post, the more you get amplified. The more your content is pushed out into the ether for other people to view. More for you pages, more timeline hits, okay? Reply velocity, how fast and often replies are generated. This one I didn't know. I knew that replies mattered. Typically within the first 10 to 30 minutes, if you get a reply, it helps. If you amplify that reply by having more replies with other people, then it helps. Network interactions, engagement from verified users and people you follow or follow you. Content type. Threads, quote, reposts, media posts often do better than simple tweets. Okay? Goal. Create sticky, interactive, high retention content that fits the platform's preferred formats. Hook tweet, first tweet. Thread structure blueprint. Short, punchy, curiosity driven. Either promise value, spark emotion. Avoid hashtags here. Use simple formatting for clarity. You're losing followers because your content is too clean. Let me explain. I've written 300 plus threads. These 7 rules changed my engagement forever. These are things that hook a user in, especially on X, because everybody wants to make money on X. A lot of people don't want to put in the work to make money on X, but everybody wants to make money on X. So, and that's kind of a content creator like fallacy that you can create content easily, right? And make money easily. It's not easy. It's a pain in the fucking ass, guys. Like fact out. It's a pain in the ass, all right? As a lot of you guys have known just by participating in the contest here. Creating really good threads, creating really good posts, creating really good graphics, editing videos, all that stuff is a pain in the ass and takes time and effort, right? Now you got to think about that, like when you're starting off and you're making maybe $30 or $50 a post, if you're lucky, right? Working for a company or getting gigs for somebody, that you're going to have to put in a decent amount of time and effort for that money. And then as you grow, as you build up, as you get more followers, as you build a platform and an audience around the content that you create, guess what you can do? You can charge more. And that's where the value really comes in because later on, eventually, you get to the like fuck you status of some of these big name guys out there where they can charge 10K a month for activations of their audience, for posts, a video, an article, something like that, and actually legitimately ask for those prices, right? And but do you know how long they spent making $50 here, $20 there, $30 here? Nothing for some of them, getting token allocations for others, getting um getting an NFT as a thank you that goes to zero right after, right? So Like realistically, the coming up in content is so much of a pain in the ass. Coming up as a KOL or an influencer is a pain in the ass. Becoming like a gaming content creator is not bad. Like gaming content creation can be fun. You can create like good videos on you playing different games. You can live stream, you can have fun with it. Like but it's still a lot of work and effort. You have to have that motivation to consistently output, right? And if you don't have the motivation to consistently output, you're going to fall off. People are going to stop watching you. People are going to see the quality of what you're producing and be like, maybe this guy isn't for me. Why am I going to watch this guy when I can go watch the Omegle dude going, blam, like, and TikTok braining shit? Like, I, I can go doom scroll and have more fun. This guy's not all that entertaining. You have to consistently be at your best when you're on live and you have to consistently be putting out content to attract more people. Like it's such a pain in the ass all around, right? But it's also very fulfilling once you get to a point where you can do it professionally, right? Like once you get to a point where you can sit there and host game nights, or you can sit there and go out and join communities and participate in tournaments and invitationals and stuff like that because people know who you are, it kind of helps a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes life feel a little bit better. That all that effort you put in gets recognized and shit like that. It's tough starting off though. It's so hard when you've got like 30 followers and like nobody's quote retweeting your stuff, nobody's posting your stuff. When you have a smaller audience base, I would say that your best bet is to focus on this, the account growth and X monetization, and the content creators toolbox. Because these two will help you grow. I know people that are growing at 200, 400, 500 followers a day because they're producing really solid content with like a really good like focus. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are hyper focused. I know somebody. Well, I mean, this guy was already popular in the space. So when he created his second account because his first account was shadow banned, he blew up and he blew up quick. He fucking exploded. This guy's account he's gaining like 500 followers a day right now, and it's insane. But that's because he was known already. When you're starting out from zero and nobody knows you, that's harder. But yeah, getting to your first 100, maybe 200 followers can be difficult. It can be one of the hardest parts in the world. But if you're using like the high quality engaging content, if you're posting if you're posting if you're interacting with other accounts, right? And following other accounts, if you're if you're using the creator toolbox and you're doing like you're scheduling your posts, even if you schedule it off to the side, like you can pull up. Hold on. You can pull up one of these, right? Pull up one of these, right? And tweets, right? Date and time, purpose or subject, impressions, um replies, reposts, right? And you can keep a link to it, or link or post, right? And then you can actually build out from this form here, right? You build out from this form all of your posts for the week, right? And when you want to post them, right? So like I want to post a post at it's 11:40 in the morning for me, right? So we're going to do 0207 2025, right? Purpose, subject, um announcements around CJN Friends events, and saying hi, right? Impressions, none yet. So zero. Replies, posts, link slash post, right? Now, what I can do is is I can take Docs, Google, start new document, right? And I can do tweet posts, right? Um, and I will name this 0702 2025. Um, hey, friends, right? I will rename this create out for 7 days, right? Whether it's a thread, which today's will be a long form post, let's say, right? Long form post, right? Tomorrow could be 0703 2025. Thread post, right? And then what you do is copy link, bang. And now you have your post here, right? Oh no, Crib. What's up, buddy? You all right? I hope you feel better, brother. That sucks. Being sick is miserable. I over the weekend I wasn't feeling the greatest either because like everything was like all the changes in the heat and everything. My head was killing me. It was a miserable weekend. But hopefully you feel better, brother. It always sucks when you're sick, you know. But yeah. So like now you have the date and time. You have a tracker, right? You can freeze this row. You can highlight it differently if you're a color person. Some people like colors. Um, so like you can do stuff like this. Um, right? Date and time. I want to post it by um, let's say 1400. Right? So now I know that I have 2 hours that I can work towards. Anytime, buddy. It sucks when you're miserable. The sick is always miserable, no matter what you do, you know. But now you know what you can work towards, right? And what time you have to post things by. You can use this to go to your alarm, right? You can go to your clock app, alarm, right? Clock, and you can set alarms for when to post, right? This gives you the opportunity to organize yourself and post consistently and regularly. So, like for me, ultimately, my goal would be, um, where is it? Premium, analytics, audience, active times, last 28 days. So, 12 p.m. would probably be a bad time. 2 p.m., 4 p.m., those aren't bad, right? So I could do 2 or 4 p.m. 2 p.m. actually probably works really good um, for Mondays, Wednesdays. 8 a.m. tends to work better for Wednesdays. 5 p.m. works better for Wednesdays. 12 p.m. 11 to 12 p.m. For Fridays, but that's because we've been doing the X spaces, so that's been skewing my metrics a little bit. But it looks like anywhere from like 11 to 6 or 8 tends to be my high activity periods, right? So if I post between there at some point, the likelihood is that I'm going to get more hits on it. I'm going to get more activity and engagement on that post than if I say posted now, right? Which means that my post is going to be amplified more. And that's what you want. You want it to be amplified. You want it to grow your account. Um, hold on. Morning, friends. I'll go first. And say Google Drive or my documents. This would help me to find things easier and not out. Hold on, where is it? Out of sight, out of mind as much. Right? So, let's see. Hump day. Mike, 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 Mike. Right? Happy hump day. All right. But yeah, so simple, right? Good morning, friends. Hope everyone is having a happy hump day. What are we working on today? Are we hitting our goals for the week? What can you do better to improve your progress? Let's have some fun with this. I'll go first. I think I can do better with organizing my data and keeping it in a more accessible format or structure in, say, Google Drive or My Documents. This would help me to find things easier and not out of sight, out of mind as much. How about you? Right? Gives people a chance to respond, and it gives me a chance to see how many responses I get right now, considering it's around the point where I would want to start posting for the day, right? I can take this post, I can take the link, right? I don't need this one anymore because I did it already. I'm going to change this to 1200 because it's about 12 o'clock when I posted it, right? And then I can periodically check back. I'm going to keep my eye open, of course, for okay, I gotta check that. Hold on. Slayer made a post. I like Slayer's posts. She's really chill. She's fun. She's super smart, and she's like all in on Web3. So Slayer's awesome. But let's see how this goes. We've got one like. We've got two comments already, right? So good morning, KZ. Trying to achieve this week, right? Meaningful posts, right? Make sure you're locking them back. Good morning, good morning, friend. Right? This is going to help build up your account. This is going to help your account get noticed more. Right? And not only that, when you're commenting and engaging with me, if you have a good comment or a good conversation, people that view my posts or maybe go through my contents, my comments, may see your posts and be like, oh, this guy seems cool. Let me follow him. So this amplifies you as well by replying on my stuff, just like it'll amplify me if I reply on your stuff. Uh, it's 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 a cycle. It's a circle. Like not you can't do it alone in an echo chamber. Like you can't do it on your own. You can't sit in a room and expect to fill that room with people by keeping the door closed and locked. You know what I'm saying? You got to go out of the room and bring people to the room. And your platform, your content is your room that you want to bring people to. So you can't just start off by saying, okay, I'm just gonna post. It helps to go out and seek other people too. Yeah, be everywhere. That's fucking. That's one of the things that helped me the most. I get involved and interested in so many projects, and I'm there, and I'm checking things out, and I'm having fun, and it can be a lot of fun. It can be a lot of work and exhausting, but it's so worth it. Especially if it's something that you really want to pursue. Like, if you don't want to pursue it, then don't do it. Like, I'm not telling you you have to do it, but like as you go, if you want to build up your account and participate later on in like Writers Guild for potential earnings and shit like that, you're gonna want to learn all this shit. It gives you information about the people who are responding too, right? Like right here. So like level, XP Addict, Game Fiend, expansion, right? So you can curate like your posts, your replies, and your posts here on your thing to their profiles, right? KZ, right? Marketing in Web3, printing at yeah. So like I can oh this was a random person too. This wasn't even somebody that I have on my list. This was just tossed on their for you page. So I'm already reaching outside of my circle of people. You see what I'm saying? And that's good. You just have to keep up on top of it. That's where I fall off because it's so hard to keep track of all my posts half the time because I'm usually posting a lot, right? So you kind of want to make sure that you're keeping to a certain scam account. You kind of want to keep to a certain posting schedule. You don't want to sit there and post an excessive amount, right? Replies to other people's stuff isn't bad. You can fall off of those. That's not that big a deal. Especially if like you've been sitting there replying back and forth with them for a while already. Like, but falling off on comments on your posts are a problem. That's something you don't want to do because it deprioritizes your posts and hurts your presence, right? Yeah, it hurts your presence when you're not responding on somebody else's post consistently, right? Um, but that happens. You know what I'm saying? Like you get busy. You can't always respond. You can't always reply. I think even with the hate, Immutable and Ronin are poised to take the lead in the industry because of mobile accessibility. Two good ones to watch, right? Eye out on Sui and Venom because they're supposed to be heavily game focused as well and have interesting tech on the back end, right? So this is just me going into the conversation, right? This is me expanding on the conversation. This is going to become a conversation that is longer than I probably have time for right now, right? It sucks. What do you mean you can't zoom? Oh, wrong one. Hold on. I got a bling. I don't know where the bling came from. Thank you for the bling. I look forward to seeing you and talking with you more. I don't have the opportunity to see some of the messages that pop up on my screen. You're welcome to come and hang out with the friends. www.discord.gg/CJ and friends. Otherwise, try another platform like X or Twitch or something because, yeah. Full announcement. All right. There we go. So this is my point. Engage with people. Be a person, right? Fucking David. Just wing it, right? What's up, God's plan? Fucking David. David is a nut, bro. Um, just wing it. Just wing it is never a viable plan, guys. Just wing it does not allow for guarantee or nothing guarantees for success. Nothing guarantees success, okay, guys? Just letting you know that. But you can work towards success better, right? Oh, Pixie is talking in a space. What? Support the Pixie. Support the Pixie. Pixie is amazing, guys. I'm streaming this right now, emoji. So you'll be able to watch back on YouTube later on if you want. I have all of them on my YouTube. My YouTube is in my profile, so you don't even have to go looking for links or anything. You just click my profile, you click the YouTube button, it will bring you right to my page. Just hit the live section, and you'll be able to find any of the past recordings from Guildhall, from To the Moon, Game Night. Our live space events are typically not on there, but they are on my X. So if we do like the live spaces on X, you can find them there. You should. He probably tagged you in an image. All right, Luna. I will catch you later. We're gonna wrap this up pretty soon. I'm gonna end up giving you guys the results of my GPTing today. Like for the thread writing guide and stuff. I have to tweak this a little bit though because I don't like everything that it produces. Um, and I also want to make sure that it is 100% accurate before I post it for you guys to use. Like yeah, I want to make sure that you guys have the best information available at all times. Hey, good morning, F7. Good morning, Blue Mojo. How's it going, guys? I didn't I missed those messages. Sorry. uh, but yeah, make sure that you guys are double checking and triple checking stuff. Make sure that if you guys get your answers from one GPT, because I know you guys are going to use GPT for some things. Make sure that if you're getting your answers from one GPT, you're cross checking and verifying the accuracy of that information across other GPTs. Um, Not just yet, Tijani. I'm probably gonna do that really soon. Then we'll do the three. The I mean, but like in the image, because you can tag people in the image. Ferocity, um, unless it was an ad. It could have been an ad potentially, but usually it's in the image or somewhere hidden. I've had a couple of them like that too, and it was the image when you post an image on X, right? You can tag people without actually displaying a tag, right? So let's say for instance I wanted to tag um at the mega, right? Let's say I wanted to do just a test. Just a test. I can ping you, and it doesn't look like you're pinged. Um, Add description, right? Where is it? Um, okay, maybe I need an actual photo, right? So, tag people. Okay. Where is your account? Ferocity. I don't have you. Oh, you can actually turn it off too, which is cool. Um, so let's see. Who am I gonna tag? What was your account name, Ferocity, on X? I'm pretty sure I have you added. I just can't find your. I could have sworn it was D Mega. Oh, you're just Ferocity? Oh, it's C Mega. Okay, there we go. So now it doesn't look like there's a tag anywhere in here, but it'll still tag you, and it'll still pop up in your notifications. All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap this up today. Yeah, check it. Yeah, you can submit. You can submit screenshots all throughout the contest, but you're still gonna have to submit your history at the end, friend. We're gonna have to do the history list from your account, and we're gonna do the profit and loss, and just make sure that we're not getting gamed anywhere. That people are actually trading throughout. Like I to track every screenshot from beginning to end, it's tough. But well, we're gonna make this work, and we're gonna make sure that people aren't. All right, so let's do this. Let's get this rolling. I'm gonna do the duck. Well, I don't think. I could do duck race today. The problem with duck race is it's gonna look really weird because the way that I'm doing this, you guys have to submit it. I think it was by Saturday. Let me see. Let me double check. I made the announcement. One image sized. Saturday, July 5th at 12 p.m. So I'll give you guys the message link here for the Deaf and Space one. Yep, just the test, just the test, just the test. All right, 1 minute, and I'm gonna take the voice snapshot here for everybody, and then we're gonna do this. The problem is that the ducks are all gonna be named weird names. I won't be able to do the race and call people's names out and stuff because of the way that we're doing it now. Since ChatGPT doesn't seem to want to recognize, I can try doing ChatGPT again, but I'm taking the snapshot any second now. If you guys want to be a part of the snapshot, get your asses in here. If you guys want a chance to win the 10 USDT, get your asses in here. If you're not and you're on social, you're probably gonna miss it. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. We've got 86 people here. Voice, snapshot, channel, CGF stage. There's a way that I can do it that I can see all the names. No, not roll reward. Type points. Um, hey, Karina, you just made it. I almost took the snapshot, and then oh wait, we got 88. I'll give you guys another couple seconds to hop in. It's no big deal. Um, But there's a way that I can do it. It's just I got to get you all enrolled in the Engage bot and connected to the Engage bot. And I haven't been using the Engage bot, so I mean, I it's kind of it's a little rough there. Um, and honestly, I should probably be using the Engage bot more. We're at 90, about to do it. Five, four, three, two, one. Snapshot taken. All right. Now I'm gonna try to do this as well. 1 second, guys. Don't go nowhere. Don't start running off nowhere. I'm gonna take a snapshot of this like this for the audience. I'm gonna try running it through GPT again to see if I get the names right. Right? I'm gonna try. One on each line. I need you to remove emojis and special symbols from each name. Let's see if that works. If not, I do have the snapshot. I do have the snapshot from the general. Let's see. Let's see how this works. Do we have anybody else here that I shouldn't be including? Got to look out for the mods and you know. Here's a list of 90 names, one per line, with all punctuation emojis and special symbols removed. Somehow he still got the weird VN at the end. I don't know how that worked out, but I think this actually got it right this time. I think it did its job. Let's see. Nope, that's the wrong one. Nope, that's the wrong one. Duck race. Here we go. Names. Edit list. Nope, it's not doing its job right. 86. GPT. GPT is a pain in the ass. If you were here when I said I took the snapshot, then yeah, I got you. I've got everybody. I just having some technical difficulties with the stupid bot or with the stupid. Well, yeah, technically GPT is a bot. So let me go over here. I'll get the list of user IDs, and we will do the wheel spin today and I'll work on getting that situated over the weekend at the very least. CGF friends. We're gonna go down here to engage. Gauge logs slash user list. Type points. Bang. I'm gonna remove me. Delete row. All right. Yep, 91. Perfect. This bot works pretty good. Getting a real Discord bot would be nice. So we're gonna do Wheel of Names, guys. Wheel of Names, because Wheel of Names makes this a little bit easier. We're gonna go. We're gonna paste. $90 entries. Shuffle. Um, Advanced? No, no advanced. Customize. We're gonna do 30 seconds per. Customize max number of names on the wheel. So this goes up to 1,000 too. So this isn't too bad. Um, Random music. Okay. All right. You guys ready? We're gonna do the three drawings. We're gonna end this today. I'm gonna provide you guys with some written content in the quest support area to help you guys out with with today's contest or this week's contest and then the next monthly contest. Plus, we're gonna have a thread week again next week. Next week is going to be a big week. We're going to be giving a lot more away because there's going to be some some promotional stuff based on the project that we're hosting. It's going to be a project week like we've done with Impact and the others. So be ready for that. Monday or Wednesday is going to be one of the big days where we're going to be going over the project, and we may have an AMA guest to come in as well. So we're going to be taking best questions about this project also. And people who have the best questions are going to win some prizes. And then on top of that, we're also going to have a quiz next week. So we've got a lot of things for next week, which are going to be a lot of fun. But I also need participation. If this goes off well, I can do more event weeks like this where we can get sponsored prizes from potential partners or clients or whatever who will allow us to give away more and more of our friends can be rewarded. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you guys are too. But for now, let's get to spinning. Ready, steady, go! I kind of like the random music better. Like, let's see who's gonna take it. The first winner is 1135347. No, well, I'm gonna call out the name real quick. Hold on. The first winner is Karina. Congratulations, Karina. All right, let's shuffle this up a little bit. Ready, steady, and go. Little bit of like electronic dubstep. Like, I gotta start listening to like lo-fi or something. I have too much energy already. I don't need more energy. Congratulations! We have our second winner, 11773. No, just kidding. Let's see. Who is 117? Let's see who this is. Congratulations, buddy. Token Seeker! Congratulations, friend. All right. We're going to get the next one up here. Ready, steady, and roll. It's like surfing in the USA. Like, all right, 1191377. Let's go and see who this actually is. And congratulations to Crib, our friend, our boy, Crib. Hopefully, this helps you feel a little bit better today, brother, because you won. You won. Congratulations. It's nice to see some of the. Oh, yeah, Jay, you're welcome to question away. That was the giveaway for today. Thank you guys for attending. I do have apparently somebody who has a couple more questions, so I'm happy to answer them. Always good to start small and work up from there. So, what's your question, Jay? And congratulations, guys. Remember, you guys know, you guys have won, all of you that I've called today have won before. Remember to go to create a ticket. Make sure that you are posting your BEP20 USDT wallet address. We're not doing we're not doing Ethereum anymore. We're doing BEP20. So Binance basically, so that you guys can save some money on gas fees. But yeah, feel free, ask away, brother. Okay, about the trading contest, we must we trade every day to the last day? Because there are days I don't want to even touch the market because of volatility. What I would do on those days, don't trade. If you're not comfortable making a trade, don't force a trade. But at the same time, you can't just like get a little bit of profits and then wait until the end and you know what I'm saying? Like I want you to actively be trading. It wouldn't be fair if somebody was able to like make $50 on one good trade and then sit out the rest of the contest, right? Like I also don't want to force people to trade because that can be problematic too. So just try to participate the best that you can. And we'll go over it later on. Like, yeah. All right. So yeah, any other questions? Anything else before we go? And I let you guys go on your way to continue trying to craft the graphics that are going to win you the prize at the end of the week, or preparing for getting some solid threads out and getting consistent with your efforts and stuff this week. Like, what can I help you with? What can I answer for you, guys? Feel free to ask. I am here. I am a resource. I am a utility, a tool for you guys to progress and achieve excellence. That's what I'm here for. So help me help you by asking questions, making statements, doing whatever like you need to do to get the information that you need from me. I'm here. Use me. Use me. I hate responses like that. How do you engage with a response like that, Doug? Stop messing with me. He's like massive stuff. Like, what am I supposed to say to that? How am I supposed to engage with that? What am I supposed to do with it? I think we are good for now too. Yes. Um, but yeah, guys, I appreciate you all coming in, tuning in, hanging out. I am going to be here tomorrow with the Gardic. I'm not going to be doing it live. We're going to do the Gardic event. I kind of want to do guess the numbers because like I feel like the Gardic guys are all like super friggin' sweaty. I do like Gardic. I think it's fun. I think it lasts a really long time. But I also think that like some people have a huge advantage over other people. But if we don't play it consistently, then how do we get as good as them? Right? Virion, have you made any more posts lately on your short story? I'm actually curious about that. Let's see. Okay. Ah. Here we go. Part 4 in the end. Part 3, part 2. Oh, so you got to the fourth part already. How long ago did you post this? Wow. Why did you tell me? Why didn't you submit it in your guild showcase? Jeez. Hold on. There's no way. There's no way. I need to find the Guild Showcase. Hold on. Guild Showcase. That's 6:15. That's the end of thread graphic submission. I don't see your post. I don't see your post. I see end of thread graphic submission. I don't see your post though. Is this the one that you did? This was your final post with the end of thread graphics? Honestly, for the end of thread graphics ones, I focused on the graphic itself. I didn't read all of the threads, honestly. I didn't realize that this was one of your threads. And since it brought me directly to this, I only really focused on this. All right. So I got some reading to do. Damn it. Um I have to. All right. I've got to bookmark that. Hold on. So that I can read it later. All right, there we go. I've got it bookmarked. I've got it bookmarked. We're good to go. I'm gonna get that read. All right. But yeah, guys, thank you for joining in. Thanks for hopping in, hanging out, and always listening to me yap for entirely too long. We're gonna be going over more information as we go this week. I'm gonna try to do a little more for you guys this week to prepare for next week and the monthly thread contest that we're gonna be hosting. Um, and I'm looking forward to a lot of amazing submissions because it's going to be $350 split between 5 people. So you guys got a really big chance to earn with this one, but I need participation. If I get 5 people, I can't give away $350. I'm gonna be flat honest with you there. Like, yeah, like I need people to participate. Otherwise, I can't give away that much money. You know what I'm saying. Like you can't just have 1 or 2 people participate and be like, oh well, yep, I guess I'll just give it all away anyway. Like it's tough because they want results. I can't have half-ass results and giving away all that money, and then they're not going to want to do the next contest. They're not going to want to do the next event. We all have bosses we have to answer to. Even if we run our own business, we got to answer to the client. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely something to consider as you're going through life. But also something to consider when it comes to this contest. The more people we have participate, the better off it'll be. It's a lot of prize money. So even participating to the best of your ability, even if you're unsure, even if you're not don't feel like you're doing the best, give it a shot. You never know where you might end up, right? But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in live. Anybody that has been tuning in live, I'm gonna shut the live down now, and then we're gonna be rolling off of here. I appreciate everybody that hung out, checked me out, and of course, come be a friend. www.discord.gg/CJ and friends. I look forward to seeing you here. I look forward to seeing your participation. I look forward to having some more friends to join in the fun.